Ashton. Congratulations on Vengeance. Tell me a little bit about what sold you. I was just talking to Phineas. He said it was the script. BJ is a gym. Was that the hook? Why sign on?
Well, I worked with BJ like 20 years ago. I cast him on Punk'd, and I was like, this guy's amazing. And he's gone on to have this like unbelievable career. And so when he reached out about doing this, I was like, yeah, I'd read the screenplay, and I was like, he wrote what I think is one of the most exceptional screenplays I've ever read. And the character was really interesting, and working with BJ just seemed like a joy. And so I jumped in and said, yeah.
What was the most fun about breathing life into those cowboy boots? Talk to me about this character. Were we method with this? Did we bring the cowboy home to Mila?
Well, here's the thing. So the whole thing was being shot as COVID was just ramping up. And I was at home, like, playing around with the character and, like, messing around with what I was going to do. And then I was getting in my car to drive to New Mexico because I didn't want to get on a plane because I knew what was happening with COVID. And they weren't shutting down the production yet. And I was like, all right, I'm going to drive there and do this thing. And Mila's like, this is crazy. And then they shut down the production. So then I had like another 2 months that I was at home playing around with the character. And then I went and finally shot it, and it was delightful.
And it was delightful. I want to show you this photo really quickly. Taking it back to the '06, John Mayer makes an epic cameo in this thing. What do you remember about 2006 backstage at TRL, this time in your life?
Okay, so I remember this moment distinctly.
Do you?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, so he had just released the Gravity album, I think. And before that, it was like My Body is a Wonderland. Like, that was the whole thing. And when I'd heard that album, and I went to him, I was like, yo, this new album is insanely good. And I think you're about to experience like a whole situation just based on this album. And he was like, oh, thank you, he was like incredibly humble. But here's the really funny thing. I didn't know John was in the movie. So when I got cast...
Why did no one tell you?
No, so I didn't know, because I was just talking to BJ about doing the thing.
Yeah.
And so he was like, well, what are you thinking for the character? What do you think he's going to dress like? What do you think he's going to look like? And so I sent BJ a bunch of pictures of like John Mayer doing his like Western album where he's got like all this like ponchos on. And I was like, this is what I think the character looks like. And he's like, John's actually in the movie, so I don't think that we can do that. And so then I ended up rejigging the whole thing.
Tell me your paths crossed on set. Probably not, but just tell me anyway.
Never seen him. I haven't seen him in 10 years.
Well, hopefully tonight.
We were doing like Krav Maga knife fighting in my living room.
I have so many more questions. No time to ask them tonight. Have fun. We'll circle back around on that.